Today we're going to do something different because lately I've felt burnt out on platformers. Now there are a fair amount of Game Boy pinball games available out there, so I'm just going to focus on the 5 that I know to be exclusives. I'll present them in order from worst to best, so without further ado, here's some awesome Game Boy pinball games. Yay for something different. And yay for Game Boy. Not the Game Child, not the Game Kid, the Game Boy. So first up we got Hollywood Pinball. Ugh, right away, horrible, grating music. Ugh. In case you didn't know, music and sound is probably 50 to 60% of the game for me, so yeah, they've already lost me there. Ugh, it's seriously bad. No joke. I'm gonna turn it down because it's just killing me, and probably killing all of you too. It seems like there's a fair few tables, and they're all themed around famous Hollywood movies. Although they obviously couldn't afford the actual licenses. Well, I guess we'll check Jaws out first. Oh, fuck, that music is arse. Anyway, I can't seem to... Like, usually you press B or A to launch the ball, but I can't seem to figure it out. What should I... Oh, okay. B just makes it bounce. Oh, you press down. Okay, you press down. God. So the table looks like it was drawn in Microsoft Paint, and it just has very little detail, and everything looks really basic and boring. I keep fucking shooting the ball into the same hole. Bloody hell. The ball physics are complete arse. Like, no joke. It's just crap. Fuck this. Let's try something else. Ugh! That is not a good sign. Yeah, nah, this is absolute shit. Oh, thank fuck for that. Next. It seriously actually feels like one of those dodgy 30-in-1 carts. Oh, what? They got a Star Wars table. That actually sounds more like a really crappy rendition of the Star Trek theme.
This is a conceptual nightmare. I mean...
The boards are unimaginative, uninspired, boring, dodgy, with horrible mechanics and horrible grating sound. Nah, to be honest, the game's crap. It was a cool idea, but no. See you next week. Now this is unexpected. The Little Mermaid 2 Pinball Frenzy for Game Boy Color. That music brings me back to the 90s, watching all those Disney animations. Good times. Balls? Did they have to say balls and have Sebastian and this bird lying down like that? So Sebastian's got 3 balls? And the bird's got 5? That's a lot of balls. So the game provides 2 tables to play on. One of them representing Ariel, and the other representing some other chick, which I don't know because I don't remember ever seeing The Little Mermaid 2. So the presentation just shits on Hollywood Pinball. It's way better with vibrant colours that make use of the Game Boy Color really well. Even the Disney-inspired soundtrack's not too bad. The table's pretty busy. There's a lot to do. Plenty of chances for multipliers, bonus targets, and all the multi-ball challenge that you'd ever want. The idea here is to rack up enough points so that you can activate the tasks that'll lead you into the mini-games. Now there are 16 different mini-games in this. It's pretty cool, it's extensive. And as an example, here's one of them, Kiss the Girl. Whenever you enter, these little mini-games are presented with a marquee animation, which is really cool. Well done for the Game Boy Color. What? I like watching little marquee animations and playing pinball. Yeah, even if it is Little Mermaid. All in all, Little Mermaid 2 is a pretty stellar pinball game, especially for the Game Boy Color. I'm very impressed. Alright, here's a classic one. Made by Hudson Soft, it's Pinball Revenge of the Gator for the Game Boy. This was a pretty early release. It's a classic game. It's got a cool art style. It feels like a rare game for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just thinking of Kremlings. Who doesn't love some dancing crocs on a title screen? Now this time there's only one table, but it's a good one, with heaps of bonuses and gimmicks and multiple screens. For an early Game Boy title, the pinball physics are pretty good. They're not perfect by any means, but they get the job done. It's got clever little touches such as musical context. Like, you know, if you don't launch the ball yet, it'll just keep playing the same little tune, and when you launch the ball, it'll kick into its next phase. I don't remember seeing anything like that on the Game Boy at the time anywhere. It's overall pretty difficult to get to the top of this table. You're gonna have to do roulette, a couple of mini games, and really keep yourself afloat just to get up there. Some of the bonus stages are cool as, but what's this? Like a croc walking on top of some pills. Are they pills? This crocky needs his medication. As a Hudson Soft game, this was definitely the spiritual predecessor to our next game, Kirby's Pinball Land. Around this time, Kirby was exploding on the Game Boy. Seriously, he was one of my favourite characters back then. I played Kirby's Adventure first on the NES, and it pretty much felt like a Super NES game. The graphics were just incredible. But back to Kirby's Pinball, it was a relatively early release, but it followed after the Revenge of the Gator, and it had huge multi-screened tables with boss fights, bonuses, and heaps to see and do. Pretty much the ultimate handheld pinball game. And it's not as forgiving as some of the other pinball games. It's got big open drops between the flippers. The physics are quite floaty at times, and it is hard to move Kirby to where you want him to go, especially since these tables almost represent adventure worlds. Yeah, serious, they got bosses and everything, it's crazy. Like this, if you don't get all the chicks hatched in time, they get killed and you'll never bloody see the boss. No, leave me chickie alone! I'm a real value for money guy, so I love the amount of content in Kirby's Pinball Land. With heaps to see and do, plenty of mini games and bonuses, Kirby's Pinball Land is pretty much the ultimate handheld pinball game. Almost better than Pokemon Pinball. Yeah, this was a classic game for me when I was a kid. Loved it. Probably loved it almost more than the actual game of Pokemon. The reason I love playing it is its leniency by having a drop gap that's way smaller than the usual pinball games, so that you can basically catch Pokemon and overall spend more time on the table. Yes, I said catch Pokemon, because that's the cool thing about it. The ball is a Pokeball, and you use it to catch Pokemon. Wow. In a pinball game, yeah. Very interesting how the capture mechanic was implemented, and it was obviously thought about quite heavily. The presentation is amazing with vibrant colours, big clear sprites, and amazing music and brilliant sound effects. There's even some sampled speech by Pikachu. The music's nice and relaxing, and overall I feel relaxed and better after playing. Really, it brings back the feeling of the 90s Pokemon games perfectly. I actually loved the settings and the feel of those classic games much better than the new ones. Even the Pokemon made more sense. They were more like wild animals, not like living ice cream cones. There's a whole heap to do and see in this game. You can activate various mini-games such as this Meowth coin catching game. There's a Diglett game that I can't survive for longer than 2 seconds. You also have a chance to move yourself from place to place, so you're actually moving to different locations to capture different Pokemon, of which there are actually, I think 150. That's huge. You'd be going forever. You can keep track of them all in your Pokédex as well. Here we go. Now who's that? I can't figure out who that... Oh! Not Jinx. I'm scared of Jinx. Oh man. I got, but don't want. That face. So there you go. You can consider that as my top 5 Game Boy pinball games. They're interesting little games. Give them a go if you can. Anyway, see you soon. I'm off to play some more Pokemon Pinball. Woohoo!